Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. A quick video just demonstrating a bit of injector wear and some differences on some injector components, and in my opinion only, of course, why you would only want brand new genuine injectors, not partially remanufactured ones or other brands, counterfeit copies and all that sort of thing. So I've said it before, you can check our injector information playlist for more detailed information, but the current information is still the same as what it was. They're pushing a lot of remanufactured injectors. That's what they want to sell you. Be very careful where you get your injectors, or depending who you're dealing with, you may end up with what they think is new, because a lot of people don't understand it's the same thing, different things in the same box, I should say. Okay, so if this came out of a 2000 and let's just say, okay, so 1KDs in Australia, they went from 05 to 15 roughly, right? 2005 to 2015. The full DLC component, this one being the last main one, started manufacture in 2000, went into injectors in 2010. So if you've got like a 150 Prado or anything from September 09 in a Hilux, you haven't got this coating. This coating is really important. I'll get to that. I'm going to do it quickly. This is what you've got. It's just steel, okay? And you can see right there, this is just the random, this is two injectors we just stripped down. This gear over here is done 380,000 K, something like that, yeah? This is 380K, this is 130K. I'm going to show you the difference in a minute, right? One of them being, you can just see that wear. Can you see all that wear? That just looks, doesn't that look rotten, okay? So just remember, this is an injector that was probably built in 09, came out of a 2010 vehicle. That's what you get. Now this is what you got from 2010 manufacture, on and off throughout 2010. So by 2012, late 12, 13, some 2011 vehicles have, this is what we call full DLC. There's other components that have got a DLC coating as well, but it doesn't matter because this is the one that matters. This is the last one that got the DLC coating, okay? So if you've got a 2012, 13 onwards, so say a 14 or a 15, your injectors are actually really awesome. But this is the wear and tear component as demonstrated before. You may not see the wear on this because it's only done 130K. You might see wear and tear on my fingers, but if you look on that, this is actually coming up pretty good, right? Look at the detail on that. Those fingers look so rough. Don't touch me, right? They're not that bad. Look, back, take it back. Good from far, but far from good. Okay, so let's get serious now, right? We'll get it all to, come on, focus again. We shouldn't have done that, should we? Because it'll get there, it'll get there. Come on, come on. Close. Anyway, you can see that tapered seat, right? Shouldn't have mucked around with it, should I? I know, sorry. I won't do that again. I'll learn a lesson. I learned from my mistakes. I should have learned a lesson with that one. Let's do something, because this is really important. So let's go like this and see what happens. I'm trying to get it to, too close maybe. Right, so anyway, you get an idea. It was really good before, wasn't it? We'll try again in a minute. There's no wear on that. That's beautiful. So these injectors, to be quite honest, it was unknown until we stripped them down, but these ones are quite awesome. They're really awesome. Let's have another look, see if it works. What did I do before to get that to work? If I knew how to work a camera or something, we'd be laughing. Bring it up slowly, maybe. It's really not happening, is it? Look, whatever, right? That's in good condition. This is in good condition. So if you were to buy a remanufactured injector, okay, you could end up with somebody's old 2009 injector that's got this in it, where you can clearly see the wear. Not so clear depending how it all focuses up. And clearly I don't know what I'm doing, so look at that though. Every now and then you get lucky. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Look at the wear on that, right? Who stuck around? A bit of patience, right? 4 minutes, big deal. This is what you're seeing, what's real, okay? That thing is absolutely flogged, 380,000 Ks, right? Now, what they want is, they want your old injectors back, that's fair enough, and then they'll send them back. And our belief is, and I could be wrong, but our belief from the most recent evidence we've seen is when they remanufacture your injectors, depends who we're talking about here. We're talking in general, right? They take the nozzle off, right? You just grab another injector here. This isn't part of the plan, right? This screws off here. That's threaded on, just screws off. Not that easy to get off, so don't bother trying. And the nozzle comes out, the nozzle needle, that's this. And they change that, put it all back together, chuck it on a machine, and recode them, you know, conversation codes, and you're in business. Now, you tell me. We know for a fact that this wear messes with the correct operation of the injector. So would you want someone's old 380,000K injectors with the old plastic solenoids, right, in your vehicle, and you happen as prevention to take out your nice, pretty awesome ones here, and you end up with a set of these with a, you know, with a new one of these kind of thing with that? No. So if you've got the later one, 13, maybe 12s, 13, 14, 15, either don't change your injectors or make sure you're only getting 100% fresh, brand new, genuine stuff, okay? Make sure. I've said before how you can make sure. You can get them off me, but I can't supply everyone, so I'm not going to say it too much because we're already busy helping the people that listen. This is rubbish. See these? These need to go in the bin. Right, now let me demonstrate that what I'm trying to tell you is, doesn't matter which one's which, because when you see these nozzle needles, you'll really see pretty soon the wear on there. And I've shown before wear on these nozzle needles at 150 to 200K, and that's the time why we say it's one of our indications. It's one of the pointers that says we recommend about 7 years, 170. Now, these full DLC ones, they can last a bit longer. You can push them. They'll last 300,000K. So these lasted 400,000Ks nearly, okay? Depends what you call lasting. Were they working right? Was the fuel stopping and starting and for the right duration, everything at the right time with components like this, right? Well, the answer is no. Now, we need to get in a bit closer with this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and do this. Come on. Hang on, let me just try this. Here we go. Look, we're getting there. Now we've just got to get some different angle going. Where's my hand? Here we go. We've got a good distance here. Right, now it's hard to see still, but see right near my fingernail there, you can see that ring around there. It's also on the right on the tip there and back there. So what we need here is a microscope, right? A microscope and you know, a camera set up for that. But you can see that one's off its head. Let me grab the other one and compare the pair, right? Let's compare the pair is always a good comparison, right? Can you see the difference already? Right, I can't even see what's going on. It's crazy. Okay. So, I mean, it's hard to get a good picture, but you got an idea, right? So, now we'll put quite clearly with the naked eye in the camera, we can see that one's stuffed and this one's good, right? So if we had our time again, or we had known that this set of injectors were full DLC in a 2011, and we knew that nobody ever took the fuel pipes off and had contamination come into them, that sort of thing, then we wouldn't need to, you know, if we depending on the kilometres, the seat at the bottom of the injector, you know, the old problem, this one here, the seat here, you know, the old problem that everybody knows about now, that is going to be the first thing that lets it down. These squealing noises are so distracting. Now I don't even know where I was. But look, the point is, long point, short point, long, whatever it is, this is rubbish. This is okay. We don't know the history of this, right? If the injectors have been out, did they clean the seats? Have the pipes been off? Did they allow contamination? Right? I think he said it was a bit noisy. Well, I'm not going to argue, but it's a Hilux. So some Hiluxes are a bit noisy. But then he goes, oh, it's 11 years. Okay, well, good point, right? You know, if you can't afford it at 11 years and you've got injectors like this, well, then maybe we can leave them a bit longer. So there's a whole heap of variables when you should change your injectors. But the key, most important point is, you don't want to end up with someone's old flogged rubbish with a new needle, because you're going to pay the same price for it. And so many people, look, you know, have problems when they're not using brand new genuine, when they have, you know, other brands, aftermarket, counterfeit, whatever the case may be. I don't want to be bagging other stuff. I just want to say use brand new genuine. Get it from me, get it from wherever you want. I don't care. You can pay more. There's people out there with kits for $3.5 grand. Our kit's still under $3 grand. It's going to go up. We had warnings from suppliers that injectors are going to go up as recent as yesterday, and they're talking about quite a bit, and it sounds like about somewhere between 10 and 20%. So the injector kit that's been well under $3 for a long time, that we've kept just under $3 for a fair while now, is about to be, I feel like it's going to be 3.3. So you've been warned now. Hopefully you get these videos and get your injector kit paid for before that happens, just to save you a bit of money. But on the other hand, I'm not trying to sell you. There's no point rushing into it, getting it prematurely to save a couple $100. It's what it is. The main thing is, you got to remember, you do it once every 10 years, so it needs to be right the first time with the parts and the workmanship. Careful where you go, careful what parts you use. I hope I've demonstrated here. I mean, the point I'm trying to demonstrate is the old internals versus the new. Let's just talk about that for a second now, right? See, full DLC coating, in case you missed it in the other videos, right? Can we get anything to happen here? Right, it's going to look wet and oily or whatever, right? But look at that. It's a lot harder. There's no wear on that, right? It's just dirty, mate. The surface, it's so slippery, right? It's got less friction and it's harder. So that means it works perfect for longer. That is a perfect surface, and that's what I was about to say. If you had this set of injectors here, you could, if it needed it, say this, when I say this set of injectors with, say, 180,000 Ks and the nozzle needle is starting to look a bit worn, a bit more like that, because this one's not too bad, you could likely change that and recoat it, do all that. But in my opinion, if that's all you're doing, changing the nozzle needle and recoating them, they need to be done a lot cheaper, not at a full price of a brand new set of injectors. It needs to be done at no more than half the price, okay? So if you end up with someone else's old injectors, not only in my opinion is it bad, you're getting ripped off because you're paying the same price as new ones. We only supply brand new, genuine. Some of our stock comes in exchange boxes. We buy injectors from all over the joint and we make sure you get the right, genuine, fresh stock. Bada bing, we go through a lot of them. There can be delays, there will be price rises. Hopefully this information has helped you understand a bit more, make the right decisions. And like I said at the start, check out that playlist. And if you haven't already, you probably want to subscribe. And I'm just going to be going off talking, and I talk too much and I waffle on, and that's what we're doing. Hope you like it. Catch you on the next one. See ya.